He's got a turf company in just around the corner from me. Tell me a little bit about your faith journey.
Did that for 4 years, and then did 4 years of officer training.
We got Isaac in studio with us, your son.
She just wanted to give him a great atmosphere to live in,
Awesome.
raise them by faith.
Walk me through that. How did we go from Forever Lawn to what you're doing today?
And we just kind of partnered together, and I said, hey, why don't you come along with the journey?
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Serial Entrepreneur, where I take time to interview other entrepreneurs and learn more about their business and, really how they got started, some of their challenges, and just learn about their upbringing. And so it's always a lot of fun just to sit down with other entrepreneurs. And today I've got Chris Cathy with me with Eternit Turf. I pronounced that correctly, correct?
Right.
Eternit Turf. Chris and I met we met a while ago. But we reconnected about a month or so ago. He was over here at the office, and he's got a turf company in just around the corner from me. And he made a great suggestion. He said, "Hey, man, you got to freshen up your pine straw out there with some artificial pine turf." And that's artificial pine straw. And I said, "Well, let's do it." So he and his crew came out. They freshened up my landscaping. It looks amazing, by the way. Thank you very much. So that was really cool. Who knew there was artificial pine straw?
Yeah,
you taught me something new. So
that's awesome.
But anyways, man, thanks for taking time out. I know you're a busy man and got a lot going on. As entrepreneurs do. But it's always fun just to really sit down and have a conversation. I'd love to learn a little bit more about your business, but really before we kind of get into that, I'd really love to learn a little bit more about Chris Cathy. And
sure.
Tell me a little bit about. Are you born and raised?
So I was born and raised in South Carolina.
Okay.
Lived there for most of my life. For about 12. We've been here about 12 years.
Okay.
In the Prospect area.
All right.
We grew up and raised in South Carolina. Then I went to the military.
What
Army.
Army.
I was in the Army. Took the enlisted route. Did that for 4 years, and then did 4 years of officer training.
Okay.
And so I was in Fort Bliss, Texas, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Kind of traveled all over for 8 years in the military after I got out of high school.
Okay.
Finished my college degree up, and got my master's in business, and finished that up. Met my wife, my beautiful wife. And
what's her name?
Rachel.
Rachel. Okay.
Yep. And she was actually currently working for the VA hospital in South Carolina.
Okay.
As one of the head pharmacists.
All right.
So met her there, and then we've been married almost 20 years.
Congrats.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Been great.
And we got Isaac in studio with us. Your son.
Got Isaac.
Isaac's
15.
15
Yeah.
years old. Okay.
15.
Is that your only?
I got another one, Joseph. He's 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so 15 and 12.
15 and 12.
Nice.
Wonderful boys. Love the Lord.
Nice.
That's a good thing going.
Tell me, since you brought that up, tell me a little bit about your faith. How did you come to know the Lord and love the Lord?
Sure.
And then obviously, you've passed that on to this next generation here. So tell me a little bit about your faith journey.
So I was about 17, 18, I was with a church in South Carolina.
Okay.
Working with the youth. And I went to a revival meeting they had a revival youth group meeting. His name was R.V. Brown. He's the chaplain of Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the time.
Okay.
And we became really good friends, but they had the Holy Spirit just fell into place and gave my heart to the Lord. And that's about 18, 19 years old, and came to know the Lord that way. We've been good friends since. He lives in Tampa still.
Okay. Gotcha. And so you're in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you end up in Prospect, Kentucky?
So I was doing insurance at the time.
Okay.
I got into insurance career and started doing insurance work, and they moved us to here in Kentucky.
Commercial insurance,
So
P&C
it
stuff. What was
P&C, property
Okay.
and casualty. They actually we thought we bought our forever home, and
In South Carolina.
In South Carolina.
Okay.
yeah, in South Carolina, and we built right there on the lake at Lake Murray in South Carolina.
Okay.
And right after that, we felt led to move. We got a job offer. They would pay for all the closing, move us here.
Okay.
And here we are 12 years from now.
Okay. So the company that ended up moving you here, how long did you end up hanging with them?
About 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to do a 2-year payback, and it was like 2 years and 2 months.
Okay.
So
And now you mentioned earlier that your wife was working for the VA in South Carolina. Is she still at the VA here? Or
she's not. So she's raising the boys at home.
Okay, nice.
We decided to go that journey.
Yeah.
And she's raised them since about 3 years old from the house.
Okay.
So she just wanted to give them a great atmosphere to live in.
That's awesome.
Raising them by faith. So
that's awesome. Yeah, my wife, similar when our second came along, she decided that, the home is where she wanted to be. And she spent the last 11 years at home with the kids. And honestly, from you probably feel similar as an entrepreneur. I mean, like I said, I feel I'm so much more productive throughout the day, knowing, and having the confidence in my wife that she's got things handled at the house, right?
Yes.
And so, I know it's difficult for stay-at-home moms because they're not earning a paycheck necessarily, and they're maybe not always appreciated as much as they should be.
It's true.
But at the end of the day, like I tell my wife all the time, like if it weren't for you, I couldn't do half of the things that I'm doing. Right?
Yeah, I tell her she's the fifth gospel to the boys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She's really, man, they don't get enough credit.
Yeah. Well,
Really
cool.
don't.
Well, so now you left the insurance space. And is that at the point where you decided to go into business for yourself? Tell me a little bit about what was next.
So, actually, long story short, we went to a revival in Arizona. My wife and boys sing, and they write songs.
Oh, cool.
Gospel songs. She's on Apple Music, and they write gospel songs together.
Okay.
And so we were invited out to a place in Arizona, and
tell before you do that. How do people find her stuff on?
It's under Rachel Cathy.
Rachel Cathy.
On Apple, on iTunes.
Okay, Rachel Cathy on iTunes.
I
Okay.
think they came out with their third CD so far on Apple iTunes.
Okay, cool.
So,
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's been great. And then
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No. And then we went to we were actually going. It's kind of a funny story, but we went to Arizona to meet a friend, and we were heading out there to actually speak at a church and then sing for the Lord.
Yeah.
And we stayed with a friend of mine named Reggie, really nice guy. Known him for a long time, and he's in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Okay.
So we went there, and we showed up, and I'm like, "What do you do for a living? You got a nice house. You live right there in the middle of the mountains. I mean, it's like a beautiful backdrop."
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, "Well, you see my trucks? They say a company called Forever Lawn." And I was like, "What's that?" And so he pulls out all these things of artificial turf, and my wife's like, "Oh no." She's like, "Here we go."
Here we go.
Yeah. She's like, "Why are you showing this to him?" And he opens up the turf, and I'm like, "Oh, this would work in Louisville, Kentucky."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Honey, in the Bluegrass State." And so that's kind of how it started. And I went back.
So Forever Lawn, you said, okay.
Forever Lawn. And I reached out to the owners, Dell and Brian, really great people.
Yeah.
Reached out to them, Christian company, faith-based, went through the interview process, and was like, and then after that, at a church locally here actually in Louisville, a friend of mine, his name's Joe, talked to him and said, "Hey, would you like to join me? I feel like we should open up a turf company." And that's kind of how I kind of had a little partnership with Joe. Great guy, loves the Lord. And we just kind of partnered together. And I said, "Hey, won't you come along with the journey? Let's put a turf company in Louisville."
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So you started originally as Forever Lawn?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And so I guess walk me through that. How did we go from Forever Lawn to what you're doing today, Eternit Turf?
Yeah. So, little funny story. We actually started in Norton Commons.
Okay.
I found the building over by the Valhalla dentist office.
Yeah. Okay.
Years ago. It was right by the pizza, and we put up putting green.
I remember that actually.
And we got that going, and I'll just be honest, we just kind of winging a prayer.
Okay.
Not barely have one truck and nobody to know figuring out how we're going to do it.
Okay.
We opened up there, and then fast forward to today, great company, but I decided, hey, I want to step out. And so I ended up selling off my side of the company from Forever Lawn to partnership, and stepped out by faith. And I'm actually printing our turf in Dalton, Georgia, on the same lines as like Forever Lawn, Sin Lawn, all our competitors. So now we're just printing our product out in Dalton, Georgia.
Okay. Now Dalton, Georgia, isn't that like aren't they known for like carpet or something?
They're the carpet headquarters. Yeah. So we're basically, I would say turf is similar to carpet. It's just big 15-foot rolls, and it's done in a separate, separate location in Dalton, Georgia. And so after all my experience with Forever Lawn, I decided, hey, and actually my wife came up with the name Eternit Turf.
Okay.
She's like, honey, if you're going to do this, let's. What do you think about Eternit Turf? And I'm thinking, okay, we got Forever Lawn, always forever, and then eternity's even longer.
Yeah, eternity's longer.
Our turf lasts longer is the way I felt. So I was like, we'll name it Eternit Turf.
Eternit Turf. I like that. Actually, I was curious. That was actually going to be one of my questions. Is how'd you come up with the name? So your wife is the creative mind.
Creative mind on the back end.
Yeah, Eternit Turf. So that's cool. So you go from Forever Lawn to Eternit Turf. Tell us, what's one thing? Because I said you said you kind of went at Forever Lawn with kind of a wing and a prayer, like maybe not having a full-fledged business plan or go-to-market strategy. Tell us a little bit about how did that work out for you? How did that play out? What were...
It went really good.
Okay.
I mean, we had our trials. We had our roller coaster trials. But overall, I mean, we went from nothing to, I think, about $4 million in a matter of just 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Really started selling, taking care of people, you name it. We did schools, homeowners, commercial, residential, you name it. I mean, it really was a blessing. And it got my feet wet and really got me used to actually installing turf. Because, I mean, kind of we were kind of the boots on the ground, per se. Like, we had to cut it, install it.
You sell it,
install it. Now it's just more of a sales of the back end. We have several crews now. Okay. Several. And we also have a travel team now that actually travels from state to state. So we cover all states now with turf. So on commercial. So if it's a commercial lead, like we just did one in Ohio, we got one in Michigan. We got a couple going on in Florida. So we're starting to install playgrounds as well, commercial playgrounds. Okay. So we have a commercial playground division now. And so it's really getting interesting because we now have a separate travel team that just takes care of out-of-state leads. Okay.
Well, that's awesome. So what would you say your biggest challenge was? And what did you take away from that? How did you pivot, or what did you learn from that?
I would say our biggest challenge was, of course, the employees, of trying to find someone to always be digging, because when you're doing turf, you have to take out a lot of topsoil and dirt to get started, because you have to put a gravel base in. You have to have a solid base to work with where it drains through the turf down through the base. It's just hard to find manual labor. It still is. But today, we've pivoted and really taken care of the employees. Not saying we did it forever long, but here today, our different crews have been with me. They're very tenured employees. A lot of them's been with me 8 or 9 years almost.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's so. Eternit Turf, you have the location here in Norton Commons. Is that the sole location?
No. So that's kind of our home office. Norton Commons here.
Okay.
Norton Commons is our home office. Now we have, we actually have we call them dealerships. We have one in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
We have one in Sarasota, Florida that covers down to Naples.
Okay.
And then we have a dealership, which is kind of odd, but we have one in Toledo, Ohio, or Michigan, right on the edge, called Temperance, Michigan. The thing about Temperance, Michigan, we get a lot of leads there because there's not many people that do turf. So we cover down to Lima, Ohio, Columbus, down to Cincinnati. So we have a pretty big range. Here in Louisville, we cover really Lexington up to Cincinnati and back to Indianapolis. We also have one that we started in Tucson, Arizona, another dealership. And these are individually dealership run by general managers.
Okay. Got it. And so you have all of these different locations. What makes, I guess, what's an ideal like opportunity for you? What's your favorite type of work or
Yeah.
customer? Like what's when that lead comes across, you're like, oh man, we got this.
So that's good to say. Yeah, the big thing for us is commercial. We love commercial work.
Sure. Okay.
You know, we did a project last year for Norton Healthcare.
Okay.
It was amazing. We did all the rooftops, so all the patients were looking out at their roof. The new Norton Healthcare downtown Louisville. The patients will instead of looking out at a rooftop.
Yeah.
We put in grass for each
that's
patient.
awesome.
So that was a great project. We've done baseball fields. We really like. We love sports. So I kind of grew up playing football.
Yeah.
So doing football fields. We did a Lexington baseball field recently. So I love commercial work. I love the residential, but when you get to the big projects, it's just to see it transform from barely nothing to turf. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I know, like, in Oldham County, which, we're not in Norton Commons, we're in the neighborhood across the street, but we're in the back part of that, which is Oldham County schools, right? And, all the schools recently have switched over to turf.
Yes.
And, you can see my son's at North Oldham, and they're like teal and black, right?
Yes.
And you see that teal turf field, and you're like, wow. I mean, it freaking pops.
Yes.
So,
I was just there this morning, actually.
Were you?
With the Matt, the AD.
okay.
And we were looking at some repairs and things, but great, man. It was a great experience. When I saw the field, I actually saw it about 3 hours ago.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, look at that color turf.
Yeah, it's teal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see it from a mile away. So let's talk about, so you're competition wise. I mean, would you consider what you're doing? Is it a crowded space? You run up much to competition? I mean, how do you differentiate yourself out there in the marketplace?
I would say our warranties, the way our warranty is, we have a 25-year warranty. A lot of them have 20-year warranties.
Okay.
We have a 25-year warranty on the turf itself. So it gives us another 5 years mainly. We have a 3-year far as workmanship warranty that if anything happens within 3 years of your turf install, as long as it's within reason, we will come back and fix it. We won't charge you anything.
Oh, okay.
Another thing is our pet turf. It's called Eternit Pet.
Okay.
We sell a lot of pet turf. Because they don't want their dogs. The big thing with their dogs, and we have dogs too, so you don't want your dog going out and getting dirty paws and then bringing that dirt in.
Right.
So they go out into a green space and then they use their bathroom. And when they use the bathroom, it goes right through the turf, and then they just the homeowners will spray it off maybe once, twice, 3 times a year, and they love it. We love doing dog parks. We've done a lot of apartment runs. Back when I was with Foreverlong, we did the airport. So we've done a lot of dog parks, dog homeowners. I would say our number one selling turf between playground turf is pet turf. Our pet turf is
Man, I'm a pet lover.
I
so
am too.
yeah, so and everyone's crazy about their pets.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
well, that's cool. So, as far as, what are you doing now? Like, how are you finding customers now?
So a lot of it's either word of mouth,
Okay.
or like Facebook or, things like that, events. We partnered with Animal Care Society just recently. And so we're partnered with different, and supporting. So some part of the money we make now goes towards the Animal Care Society, to give back to the community. A lot of things we're partnering with different animal clinics, different veterinarians, just to give back. And then we're getting a lot of referrals that way as well. We are also in the golf, putting greens are
Yeah.
becoming big, really
Yeah.
big in the Louisville area. And we put the putting green right in your house and in your backyard, so they don't have to go to the golf course every day. They
Yeah.
can chip from the green, have one area that's a pet area. The second area to the right maybe would be a putting green.
Yeah, I need to have you out to my house,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out for years how to get turf in my backyard.
Yes,
So
we
we'll
can
have
do
to have you out, check it out. But so so we've been talking a lot about like turf, but it sounds like your products are evolving. I mean, shoot, your crew was out here
Mhm.
less than a month ago installing artificial pine straw.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about
So,
tell me
yeah.
about some of these other products and how you kind of got started with that.
Yeah, so the pine straw was something we kind of stumbled across. We were actually in Georgia, and then we were doing some work in Florida, and we ran into this pine straw that is artificial, and it's got a 15-year warranty on it, and it doesn't fade, you don't have to change it out all the time. So actually, this project for you was a great project because you can just show how quick pine straw fades,
Oh
and
yeah,
you're changing it out 2 or 3, 4 times a year.
right.
You don't have to worry about changing it out anymore. And the good thing about it is we have it in 3 different colors. We have it in that, like the light brown, the red, and then we actually have a gray color for commercial buildings.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll say this. It was like immediate like difference because, like I said, we had pine straw that was laid down back in probably February, something like that, out here, and and then my neighbor next door here, he like completely redid his landscaping, put down some fresh pine straw earlier, this summer, and just looking at the comparison between his and what you guys just put down. He actually, he walked by. He said, "Hey, I'm in. Like if that stuff lasts for 15 years, I'm in."
yes,
So, yeah. So now you say like 15 years, like that's
15 years.
15
Yeah.
years, and it's not going to fade.
That's the warranty. Yeah,
Wow.
15-year warranty. It's kind of awesome because we really were doing artificial. We actually do artificial like mulch as well. And we'll mix the glue and we'll put the mulch in places. And we ran into this pine straw. It gives us more than one option. And recently we started doing quite a bit of work with this pine straw because everybody's getting tired of changing it out 5 times a year.
Yeah.
So we're selling quite a bit of that pine straw.
Yeah, and really, I exchanged texts back and forth with you because I was trying to understand the whole value proposition. That's how my mind works.
Yes.
And I was trying to understand this whole value proposition with, why would I, because obviously the artificial is going to be more expensive than your traditional pine straw, but
Right.
Your traditional pine straw, you're freshening it up, if you're a slacker, you're maybe doing it once a year,
Right.
or, once or twice a year, you might freshen it up. But, you're talking about putting something in place, and I guess as long as it doesn't blow away,
Yeah, exactly.
as long as it doesn't blow away,
Exactly.
you've got, you got 15 years of life there,
Right.
and that I'm going to have to touch that.
Yeah.
And that's, you pay a little bit more on the front end.
Correct.
What is it, like double, triple, you think, of what it would cost to
Yeah, you probably double or triple.
double or
depending on
triple what
yeah,
the cost would be if you were just to come and lay traditional pine straw? But,
correct.
over the course of, 2 years,
Yeah, I would say 2 years. You would break even.
yeah, you would recover, you'd be at a break even, and then you're winning
Yeah.
every year past
You
that.
got
So,
13 years left that you're
Yeah.
sitting here like, I don't touch it.
yeah.
So it's really been a game changer for us, that pine straw.
Well, that's cool. So when was that you all started offering that?
We actually just in the last 6 months, we just
Okay.
started selling it.
Okay.
We haven't really got it out there that much. Not even
Yeah.
many people, when they find out we have it. We were at the house the other day and we did the pool around the pool deck, all artificial here and here in Louisville. And I told him, I said, hey, we can do all your pine straw in the back for artificial. And you just saw his eyes light up. We did so everything in the back now is all artificial, and you don't have to touch it.
Yeah. Well,
His grass, his pine straw, everything.
no maintenance.
No maintenance.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would it be, so why, and maybe this is a dumb question, but, and I might be answering my own question, but why would like these landscape companies not use your product? Do you sell to landscape companies or?
Well, I haven't yet. I mean, this is
Okay.
like an all new 6-month thing.
Okay.
We're starting to slow down for the winter a little bit. So here in Louisville, so that's something that we're going to have to start getting with landscape companies and DIY people that want to do it themselves, and just try it out themselves. But we also can sell out to landscape companies. But we're buying direct from the factory now. At first, when we first started, we were buying from different wholesalers, but now we're buying straight from the factory. So it's becoming our product, which is great.
Yeah. And then is there, I would imagine you said, is that being produced in Dalton, Georgia
So
also?
so it's a textile product based out of Florida. So it's a Florida product, and they have some warehouses in Georgia and things like that. But it all comes out of Florida, and it's been a great product between that and the rubber mulch. We do rubber mulch too, to
I'm
put.
gonna have to see the rubber mulch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, because right now in the front of my house, I've got the I've got the mulch, the traditional mulch in the front of the house, and then I've got like a bunch of rock and stuff in the back. But the thing with the mulch, it's we gotta freshen it up, a couple times a year.
Yeah.
But then the other thing too is the weeds grow up and stuff
Yes.
within in the mulch, and it just it's just a lot of
Yeah, we do a lot of the rubber mulch. We have like 4 different colors in that, and then we mix a glue so it stays in contact with through the yard, so it looks just like regular mulch. And we just mix the glue, put it down, and if it's windy, it doesn't blow everywhere.
Does it help like maybe I'm just fishing for a solution for my, but does it help with weeds at all?
So we put some barriers down. We just put weed barrier fabric, and we actually double it up. A lot of times they don't use the correct weed barrier, so that's what causes they use a kind of just a basic weed fabric. So we have a commercial grade fabric that we double up, and then we put that rubber mulch on.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
Interesting. Yeah, it's it's a frustration of mine on, it's just like we live on a golf course, and in our front yard has been like kind of overrun with like Bermuda grass, and that stuff like spreads like crazy.
Yes.
And it gets in the landscape, and
it runs through it.
drives me nuts. So,
Yeah.
well, tell me what just looking forward, what's something you're super excited about? What are you looking forward to kind of going into 2026, going into the new year? What kind of?
Yeah, we're super excited. We're opening some other dealerships through Orlando, Jacksonville. Some other dealerships are starting to open up here in the coming year.
How are you finding these people that want to open these dealerships?
So either word of mouth,
Okay.
or either we'll reach out to landscaping. A lot of times landscaping, someone that's entrepreneur, maybe younger, that's wanting to start a career.
Yeah.
And and do really well for themselves.
Yeah.
We'll find them, and they'll become a general manager of the dealership. They'll run the dealership for that area.
Okay.
So we're super excited about that coming up. Super excited about the growth. We grew like 300% this year.
That's awesome.
Thank the Lord for that. And
when did you start Eternit Turf?
so I branched out about It's been about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And about been in the industry almost maybe total 10 years total, like around the turf industry. And it's just, I mean, from the time I went from Forever Lawn Tier to Eternit Turf, man, the growth has just been a blessing. I mean, just, you know, you were kind of like, we're going to make it, or we got to start over in a way. And a lot of people, even here in Norton Commons, I think when you go out, they're like, oh, I didn't realize your story. I didn't know you were owner at Forever Lawn, and then you just transitioned into Eternit Turf. You know, we're near the new Gustavo's now. We moved since then. We're near the new Gustavo's is going in here in Norton Commons. But it's just been a miracle, honestly. It's been a blessing from the Lord.
Yeah.
The growth.
And so you've got your oldest son, Isaac, who you're kind of training up in the business.
Yes.
I'd imagine that's a fun project.
It is.
You know, tell me, you know, what do you got him?
So he's been doing right. Like today, we were at Oldham County High School, and he was doing drone footage of different things we're bidding on or working on. He's great with content. He's great with like the back end of like AI, because everything's going to AI.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary a little bit, but it's great in a way because it can be an awesome tool to use. These younger generations, they're just good with this, you know, AI and Facebook and marketing and all that. So he's doing really well with that, trying to help us with the marketing side.
Okay. So he's kind of leading the charge with the social media side of things and looking for, you know, again, I think every business is looking for, you know, ways to integrate AI into what they're doing.
Correct.
And well, man, did you know, as far as, so you got a ton of growth, and, you know, I guess, you know, tell our, you know, people watching, I mean, how do they get a hold of you?
So you can go to our website, eternitturf.com, and you can fill out a form there. You know, pretty much, like I said, we service all of Indiana and Kentucky from here at Norton Commons. And then also some people here have, you know, resort homes or vacation snowbirds, especially here.
Yeah.
So Sarasota, Florida, Tampa, and Naples.
Yeah.
We cover all that area right now. They can go to our website, fill out a form. I'd love to give them a quote. We're very competitive. I feel like we're very competitive because I know pretty much all the pricing of all our competitors, Sin Lawn, Forever Lawn, and our product has just been amazing. The premier product, 25-year warranty, and we're local. We're here local. We can service anything kind of repairs. Another thing we offer, I didn't get to say, is pour and play. We offer a pour and play material. Like if you ever see the rubber at a resort, that kids play on
the playgrounds and stuff.
We're doing pour and play now. So that's it goes in like concrete. You mix it up and you trowel it, and then it expands. So that's been a great thing. I think 2026 is going to really take off for us in pour and play.
Okay. So the process, if someone's interested in turf, or interested in, you know, artificial pine straw, mulch, you know, whether you're residential, commercial. So, you know, so I'm a potential customer because I've been looking at turf. So I go to the website, I fill out a form.
Yes.
What's the process from there? You guys come out, evaluate?
Correct. Yeah, we'll come out, give you an estimate. You know, a lot of times it turns into the whole way oasis. I mean, we give the ideas. We'll lay it out with pictures, diagram, and we'll lay it out because a lot of people want to see a picture or see how their yard's going to look.
100%. I'm a visual, like, yeah. I mean, you watch all that stuff on TV, the HGTV stuff, and it's like, you know, when they make like the remodel or the redesign like actually come to life, you can be like, yeah, that works. I can see that. That makes sense.
Exactly.
But otherwise, I'm like, how much?
Yeah, exactly. So we find out if you can get in your yard and actually design it, lay it out, give you a visual, then it actually, and then they can see their cost benefit and everything. I mean, everything's kind of artificial. They don't have to upkeep all that. Because we live in a world, I feel like today is just so busy.
Whether it's artificial intelligence or artificial pine straw.
Yeah, yeah. Artificial mulch.
So you guys come out, you evaluate the need of the customer. Yep. You give them a price quote.
Correct, we do.
And then from there it's just scheduling and
correct. We just schedule it. Usually we're a week, 2-3 weeks out. Pretty much with our crews, we can pretty much handle that time frame. And then our general manager comes out after we sign the job, and then he assesses it, walks the homeowner through the process, and then from there we install the turf or pine straw, or we also do pavers. We do like any kind of hardscape outside as well. So we pretty much can take on anything outdoor living. So that's what's so great about our company. That's what I like about going into 2026 is not only do we do your turf, but we can transform your whole yard. You don't have to sub 3 people out. We all can handle that in-house.
Nice. Okay. Well, so before we wrap up, just again, remind everyone, how do they find you? What are your website, your social media handles? If you have those phone numbers, how do they get a hold of you?
Sure. They can give us a call. Our phone number is 502-694-0647.
Okay.
You can also text that number. They can look on our website at eternitturf.com, and they can click on, there's a link to fill out a form, and any kind of outdoor transformation, they just click on that. It'll go to our home office here in Prospect, here in Norton Commons.
Okay.
And the ladies at the office will then contact them, set up an appointment.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to tell us about Eternit Turf before we wrap up today's session? Anything we didn't talk about that you'd like to mention?
I don't think so. Appreciate your time and
yeah, man. Well,
having me on your show.
Yeah, it's been like I said, it's been great. Just getting to spend a little bit more time with you and learn more about the turf. Like I said, I mean, turf world. I mean, it's popping up.
Yes.
People. I mean, I went to a guy's house out in Crestwood, and his entire backyard was turf, and then he had a pickleball court. In his backyard. I'm like, man, this is amazing. You don't have to mow the grass.
The pickleball courts, we do them in turf now.
Really?
Yeah. So we get the whole pickleball court. You can do it in turf. So with the lines and everything. Huh. So it's really, everything's going to turf.
Well, that's awesome. Well, my son would be really disappointed if I turfed my whole yard because he loves to mow. He's got a mowing business that he runs. So he'd be really upset with me if I turfed the whole yard. But we've got some opportunities, I'm thinking, for to soften up all of our concrete in the back. So I'll look forward to having you out, man. Awesome. Thanks for being on.
Thanks.
So guys, thanks for checking out another episode of the Serial Entrepreneur. I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Chris Cathy with Eternit Turf. And like I said, if you've got some turf ideas for your home or your commercial spot, he'd love to talk to you. So definitely look him up. Good, solid dude. Did excellent work outside here at Common Ground. And if you're in the Norton Commons area and you're walking by Common Ground at the corner of River Beauty and St. Bernadette, take a look at that pine straw, that artificial pine straw we got down in that landscape. And if you like it, give this man a call. So thanks, guys.
Thanks.